Welcome, future Paladin players. May the light of Regulus shine upon you. I'm your leader Fox, and in this video I will be answering the most common questions regarding Paladin that I'm getting on a daily basis, to make sure you know what is true and what is just misguiding you to the wrong path. Enjoy. So, leveling as a paladin. Many of you are afraid to level as a paladin, and I understand that. He's a support and he has low damage. But does that even apply in the early game? Absolutely not at all. Early game paladin is giga strong. His blue skills really shine early on and help him out to clear waves of mobs or bosses during your leveling process without any issues at all. Not only that, but he also has decent movement tools, AoE tools and single target tools. Paladin has everything you want for a leveling character. I would personally say that he is on the same page or pace as other DPS for leveling, if not even faster than some other DPS classes. He's not Reaper or Scrapper level of fast, but he is fast. I personally will start off with the Paladin as my first leveling character once our version releases. And as a side note, I just want to mention that the difference of leveling speed of classes is more relying on the player than on the class. Someone that knows exactly what they're doing will be fast on a gun lancer than someone who has no idea and plays Scrapper, for example. These concerns about leveling speed are extremely unwarranted in general, and are honestly more again fear-mongering than anything else. The difference in between a fast and a slow class would probably amount to maybe 1 hour in total, if even at all. On to the next most popular question that I get. Solo content on Paladin. Now, I often get confused by this question because it makes it sound like there is a shitload of solo content in LostArk, but there isn't. So every time I just am taken by surprise by this question. So before I answer about solo content, what even is solo content in LostArk? 1. The Chaos Dungeon, and 2. The 2 Towers. And that's basically it. You don't even need to run the Chaos Dungeon solo if you don't want to, but there is no other real solo content. So first, let's talk Chaos Dungeons. You absolutely at all have no problem to clear Chaos Dungeons. I've cleared with or without DPS specific sets, and it's always fast. I believe Paladin again here actually is faster than other classes, no jokes. And a short side note again, since the announcement of LostArk in the West, a lot of people have expressed concerns about support damage in solo content, coming mostly from people that have never played the game. Smilegate picked up on that and recently in Korea buffed some skills for Bard and Paladin to do additional damage when they are venturing alone. This buff is not even present yet on the Russian servers while I'm recording this, and I never had any problems at all with Chaos Dungeons ever. So please, do not worry about Chaos Dungeons on your Paladin. The next concern are the 2 towers. They have been talked about a lot, and so people started worrying. Can I do the towers on my Paladin? Back before tier 3 was announced, I said, well, you probably need a specific DPS set for that. Now with tier 3 on launch, I say, oh my god, easy stomp. Yes, you will simply outgear the towers super easily on any class, and it allows you to do the same on your Paladin. You'll be one-shotting everything in the towers, and you won't have to worry at all about clearing towers on Paladin, since they do not sync to your item level. So lay your head in rest. Another question I get so much on a daily basis, what is this aura around your Paladin that is not from your identity gauge? Very simple, it's a gear set at artifact level that you will be able to craft once you reach gear score 1445, and then has the following effect. It increases your own identity gauge generation, but more importantly, it increases movement speed, attack speed, and damage of your allies that are running through this aura for 15 seconds or longer if you upgrade it with the clown trumpets. So that's about it, nothing more special. You will probably yourself have this set once we reach higher gear score. Now, 2 things I want to talk about real quick are skill sets and gear sets. In Korea, they had an update not too long ago where you are able to swap all of your equipped skills and gear with one single button. This is extremely comfortable for someone like Paladin. While you do not necessarily need a DPS set, in my opinion, it is still something I can recommend because you will clear Chaos Dungeons faster. So how do you go on about making a DPS set? My honest and cheapest suggestion is to hold on to jewelry that you get from daily activities and then choose good pieces with crit on them and decent DPS engravings. That way you can slowly build up to having a decent DPS set completely for free. When it comes to skills, you get 2 free presets from the get-go, and that's technically seen all you need. One skill set that is oriented towards supporting in raids, and one gear set that you use when doing chaos dungeons. You can change them with one simple click, and you can reset your skills as many times as you like for free. Another commonly asked question that I already answered in another video is simply about DPS Paladin and Hybrid Paladin. I'm just going to cover this again real quickly. DPS Paladin can work at high end game if you funnel massive resources into your Paladin and upgrade your gear more than other people. You have to severely outgear content to be on the same level of damage as others. If your characters are optimized to the same level as a standard DPS, you are probably doing around less than half of what the damage that they do is. If you really want to play DPS Paladin, get yourself a guild that is okay with you playing DPS Paladin. If you do not have a guild, expect to not get into any parties as a DPS Paladin. People can inspect your gear before letting you in and decline you based on that. Now, Hybrid Paladin is honestly even worse than full DPS Paladin in my opinion. You are neither contributing in support as much as you could, nor are you doing any damage due to the fact that you have to run the holy trinity of support engravings, which gives your damage output anyway. You're basically going to tickle the boss. I really want to stress this. Paladin is a support and requires a support mentality. It is not a DPS, nor do you contribute in DPS in the raids. You contribute in raids by buffing your teammates, debuffing the target, taking care of counters and staggers, and lastly, of course, the healing. That is your role, that is your job. Be reliant and let your DPS do the damage. Lastly, I get also a lot of questions about Paladin in PvP. Sadly, I'm not really that good in PvP, so I don't know how to answer these questions properly. But I have a solution. If you are interested in learning PvP, I highly recommend you to check out Flames. He is a Grandmaster Paladin player and uploads on YouTube and also streams on Twitch. Please go check out his channel if you are interested in Paladin in PvP and drop him a sub and a follow. The link will be in the description below. So, for the last part of this video, I wanted to then answer a few questions that you guys asked me on my channel after I posted an update in my community part. If you guys not yet subscribed to my channel, I really hope you would and suggest you would, because you can always ask me things in the community tab, where I also update you about upcoming videos or things like these where I will be grabbing questions specifically from viewers and answer them. So, how about we just start? The first question that I'm going over was from Dennis, and Dennis is asking, do you as a Paladin feel like you don't contribute to the party DPS at all? Does it feel as a Paladin like you have to put in a lot of extra effort when doing solo content? And are there certain skills that are a must-have as a Paladin? If so, which are those? And then a PvP question, which I already answered in this video if you have PvP questions. Regarding to the first part of the question, contribution of DPS party DPS, as a Paladin, I know my DPS numbers and I know the DPS numbers that my DPS are actually pumping out, and so I also know that I'm doing no damage at all basically. I am not contributing by doing damage, I'm contributing by buffing those that are doing damage. So passively I do contribute, but I don't contribute by myself, if that makes any sense, because it simply isn't part of what I'm supposed to do in a raid. I also don't, regarding the second line, do I have to put in a lot of effort for doing solo content? Not at all. Solo content on Paladin is super chill, super relaxed. I love doing chaos dungeons on Paladin. It's super fast, super speedy, and really enjoyable. And then are there certain skills that are must-have as a Paladin? I talk about certain skills that are must-have in my 30-minute video guide on Paladin, and I suggest you should watch that if you are not sure about what skills to use. Then I have another question from Dipleft. Something I've been curious about that I haven't been able to answer or have found the answer to. Do Paladin buffs such as the damage reduction shield from abilities like Godsend Law apply to the Paladin as well if casted on yourself? Yes, they do. You get every damage buff for yourself, you get every healing buff for yourself, every shield for yourself, and for Godsend Law, the AoE that is casting a shield on members, you will get that shield too if you stand in that AoE, otherwise you will not get it. Then the next question I'm going to answer was from Trahunt Dark Eyes. Main engravings, again, 30-minute Paladin guide has that. Then more interesting, does upgrading Paladin gear engravings feel as rewarding as progressing with other characters? This is one of my main concerns, and I would feel more motivated to pursue gear upgrades if I feel that it makes a difference in doing content. This question is really good because I feel like you're not wrong on this and being concerned about this, because I have to admit it doesn't feel as rewarding, especially since we are not focusing on the weapon necessarily, which you can if you want to, but our increase of gear contributes to party damage overall. You heal for more, you shield for more, and you buff for more the more you upgrade. So your teammates will be noticing an increase of those things, specifically in damage. They might hit higher numbers than that they usually don't would. And that is the thing that is interesting about upgrading your gear. So if your team members, if you're playing in a guild and they notice suddenly an increase in damage, that is because of you, right? Or if you clear content faster. These things are in general a bit wonky because your numbers also go up. Yes, your few counter skills, they will do a bit more damage, but in general, I don't understand the concern from that yet. That's something I personally have never really considered as a problem. I just want to upgrade my gear and be able to buff as much as I can if I feel like that's needed. Then how is in general the feeling in Paladin X Bard as support for endgame content? A lot of people say they are both equally good. They are, but I want to know for sure if there is a preference. If you could choose one or the other equally geared for endgame party, which one would in general people prefer? Now there's people that say straight up they prefer Bard, and there's people that say they prefer Paladin. The community seems to be very split on this, and most of people will tell you that they have no preference, because in the end, you will mostly be looking for a support. Right? You will always just be sitting in party finders waiting for support. And if you get a support, you won't be picky. That's basically what's going to happen later down the road. Like I said, there are people that say they prefer a Bard due to the burst healing. So if someone gets hit by a mechanic and they get really low, the Bard immediately can heal them up, while the Paladin will heal mostly over time, which is the only thing I can even think of right now what can actually make a difference. And then here, I've seen somewhere that the Awakening skill quest for Paladin takes more time. Is that so? No. You have an Awakening quest that everyone has to go through. The second Awakening skill, every single player will have to go through that quest. No exceptions. Just that the Paladin also needs it more than other classes because their important Awakening is tied towards unlocking it with that quest. And then I have the last question I want to answer is from Sereth. Are there certain milestones, level specific engravings, gear score when Paladin starts to shine? Yes, Paladin starts to shine once you have 3 full engravings, which are the Awakening, Specialist, and your Healing Faith or Healing Aura engravings. At that moment, Paladin is ready to go, he's ready to pump and ready to be played. And with that, we're at the end of this video. I hope you guys learned something in this video. I hope you guys liked the bit different, funny intro today. And in general, I'm super excited for launch. I hope you guys are also excited for launch. And I just, again, want to remind you, if you enjoy my content, please leave a like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Get the word out there. Anything that helps me to grow as a content creator and continue making videos for you guys. It's just amazing, and you guys in general have been just super amazing towards my content and just been really nice, and that makes me super happy. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Wishing you all a great rest of your day wherever you live.